Howdy everyone, this is Norm McFadden. I'm the author of Urban Legend of Lincoln County 1 and 2, and the story today is coming out of the Legends of Leeper Holler number 1. Got a number 2 too. This story today is about my great uncle Ben. Now my great uncle Ben, he is a little goofy. You know, he didn't have them all, but he was very wealthy. And the people around Leeper, oh, they loved that man. They just loved him. They'd give their life for him. He just made you feel that way. He was a good crazy. So this happened in 1949. It was December the 23rd, 2 days before Christmas. Uncle Ben, he owned a bar up on a hill, real big hill that overlooked Leeper. And Uncle Ben, he always said, he said, this bar up here, it's my throne, and Leeper that gathers around it here is my footstool, and I am the king. I told you he's a little crazy. But this December, the snow was coming down. It was blanking in the little sleepy town of Leeper. We'd had about 6 inches of snow. Uncle Ben was at his bar, and he says, I don't think anybody else is going to come. It's close to Christmas, and that snow just piling up. I need to get home before it gets too deep. So he put his money all in a brown paper bag with his 38, and he locked up, tracked through the snow down to his car where he parked. He said, boy, this snow sure is deep. He said, I don't know if I can make it home or not. He said, this is a big hill. But he said, it's too cold to walk. I got a chill just coming out to the car. So he started it up, and as it was warming up, he cleaned it off. He cleaned all the windows and got it all cleaned, and backed it up. He got back in and backed it up. Started off down the hill, but oh man, it was too slick. He hit a slick spot, and he went wibbly wobbling all over the place, and he hit that ditch, and he hit a tree. And when he hit that tree, he hit his head on the windshield. Made him a little goofier than he already was. He reached up there, he said, man, thought in his mind, I feel a knot already coming up on my head. He said, I guess I'm going to have to walk. He said, it's 2 miles if I take the road. He's thinking to himself. But if I take that path through the flatwoods, it'll save me a mile. It'll be only 1 mile. I know, he's thinking. He says, we don't supposed to go in the in the flatwoods during night. Nobody goes in there at night. Everybody knows better. But he said, it'll save me a mile, and it's awful cold. So he got his money bag, got his flashlight, started down that big old hill. He got about halfway down, and he shined the light. He knew that little path that went down through the flatwoods was about halfway down the hill. He could barely see the path for all the snow, but he could see it. So he started off, left the road, and went down that path. He'd be home in a mile. He'd be home. So he started down that path, and he got a little ways down it, and all of a sudden he heard something behind him. He didn't know what it was, but he heard something. He knew there was something back there. So he turned around real quick, and he flashed that flashlight. Wasn't nothing there, not a thing. So he started walking a little faster. And he could tell that whatever that was started walking faster too, because he could hear it crunching in the snow. Ooh, he said, I got to see what that is. He said, it's going to get me if I don't. So he flipped around real quick with that flashlight and shined it. And there it was. It was a boy walking on his all fours in this cold snow. He had long black hair. It was really long black hair. And his eyes shined like wolf's eyes when you hit him with the flashlight. And he only had a piece of cloth that covered his privates. Uncle Ben, he said, looked at that boy and he said, I don't want to have to shoot you, but if you don't go about your business and get out of here and leave me alone, I'm going to shoot you right between the eyes. He said, I don't know what in the heck you want, but I do know what I'm going to give you. You don't go away. And that boy just kind of moved his head side to side, like, I don't understand what you're saying. You know, it's kind of like a dog when he don't know what you're saying. He'll move his head aside. That's what that boy did. Ben turned around and he started walking faster. He could hear that thing walking faster. He started running, and he could hear that thing running. He was getting a little nervous, so he reached in his paper bag, grabbed out his .38, had his flashlight help in that one hand with the bag. He flipped around, and he aimed it at that boy with the flashlight on top. He said he shot him 3 times in the head. That's what he said. And he said that boy fell down and rolled down the hill just a little bit. The snow kind of held him going all the way down. He said, I didn't want to shoot that kid, but he said, I didn't want him to hurt me either. He said, I'm going to go on home. I'll come back tomorrow and check, see who it is and see where he's from. So he turned around and started walking on home instead of checking on the boy. He started walking. And then all of a sudden he heard a woo! It was a wolf! Then he heard another woo! There are 2 wolves back here, and then another one and another one. He said, there's a pack of wolves behind me. He turned around really quick with his flashlight to check it out, and there was that boy in the front leading a pack of wolves. He said, that's a wolf boy everybody talk about. He said, got all nervous and scared. He just started running as fast as he could. I mean, he said he just runs so fast, he said nothing could catch him. Boy, he was going, but he said he could hear them pack of wolves right on his heels. He said he ran. He came out of the flatwood, and the first house he seen in Leeper Holler was Doc Hartley's. Woo! He said, I'm glad to see Doc Hartley's house. He said, I went and knocked on the door, and Doc wouldn't open. He heard them wolves howling coming at him. He said, I don't know what to do. He said, I walk in, Doc's going to shoot me with that shotgun. If I stay out here, these wolves going to eat me. He said, I don't know what to do. He said, I'd rather be shot than eat. So he opened the door and went in, and he locked the door behind him. Them wolves, they came up, and they was biting and scratching on that door. Oh, they were digging on it. By this time, Doc woke up. Doc came walking through the house with his shotgun. He said, what in the Sam hell's going on out here? And he seen it was Ben. Ben! He said, them things at the door, them your friends? Ben said, hey, they ain't no friend of mine, Doc. He said, they want to eat me. He said, I don't know what to do. I had to run, and I come in your house because you wouldn't wake up. Doc said, well, don't worry about it. He said, they can't get in here. He said, let's sit down here, and I got some shine, some moonshine. My grandpa used to be a moonshiner. That's another story, though. But he used to make all the moonshine for all the people in Leeper Hollow and Piedmont and everywhere else around. But they got a jug of Grandpa's shine. They sat there against the door, and them old dogs was scratching, them old wolves was scratching and barking and scratching and barking, making a heck of a noise. They trying to tear through that door. And while they were drinking, Ben told Doc the whole story. Doc said, "You're full of it." He said, that ain't what out there. So he got up and staggered to the window, looked at the window, and there it was. He said, "Yeah, all right." He said, "There are a boy leading them packs of wolves." He said, "He's digging just like they are." He said, "We sure in the heck I don't want them in here. They'll spoil our party." So they just sit back down and they drink moonshine all night long. Just sat there and got good dog and drunk and fell out and passed out. Didn't wake up till the next morning. They was still laying by the door, but the scratching and the barking all stopped. I guess the wolves got bored and left. And they told everybody in town about what happened. Everybody said it was the moonshine talking, that they ain't no boy out there on his all fours running around. It bothered Uncle Ben so bad that he had to be institutionalized. He had to be put in a nut house. Yeah. That's where he died at. And I guess about 2 years later, the mayor decided he's going to go out for a walk in the flat woods. He said, the mayor of Leeper, so he went out in the woods there and came back. His clothes are just hanging off of them. They ripped all the pieces. And the mayor told the same story that Doc had and Ben had told him. That they was a boy on his all fours, chased them down and with a pack of wolves, and they got at him, and he luckily get away with his life. So they did some research. Come to find out, about 18 years ago, they was a 2-year-old boy, kind of got, he was a toddler. He got up and walked out in the woods. His mom and dad was camped out by the flatwoods, and he got up and walked out in the woods and got lost. Nobody could find him. They searched and searched and searched. They could not find that boy. So they think that the wolf adopted him and raised him. And that was him leading the pack of wolves. Believe it or not, that's a story, and he still might be out in them woods, all I know it. He'd be awful old now. But this story comes from Legends of Leeper Hollow 1, and it's called The Boy on His All Fours. There's a lot of good stories in these books, and before this series on YouTube is over, I'm going to tell every single story to you. Get the book so you can go along with me as I tell them. God bless y'all. See you next time.